Hi, everyone. My name is Georgette Truin. I work for attorney Vincent Davis, um, and I am the host for Relatives Fight CPS. We have a special, lovely guest, Akima Richardson. I know Akima. I spoke to Akima before. Um, I love her name. Akima is a very, I do. I love that name so much. So, Akima, tell me, tell us what's going on in the CPS world.
Well, I'm not going to start all the way from the beginning. I'm just going to start from what's been recently going on. As far as I have two children that are in temporary foster placement with a resource, or I should say, a foster parent that's a friend of my ex husband.
Okay.
So I don't really have, family resources. So there's already a restriction with communication there. Restriction, it's a little parental alienation as well. And then, their father, who has a full order, me and the children have a full order of protection against the father, who
Mm.
continue to get access and, communication. And I'm not really get my visitor 2 hours once a week supervised. And my oldest child, both of my children, have.
Okay, so we're having problems with Akima's connection. Um, yeah, we're having problems. So let's talk a little bit about relatives, okay? Relatives' role in a family becomes a division in a family when CPS is involved. Why? Because CPS wants to divide you guys apart. So oftentimes you guys hear that, the worker told a relative member like your mom, your dad, your cousin, your sister, brother, whoever, that your son said that you are the worst parents that used to abuse him, etc., etc. That's not true. None of this is true. But they want you guys to have a bad blood between you guys. They want you guys to fight among each other. Keep us back.
I had to change phones. One phone, the broadband runs a little faster, so I had to
Completely
just switch over.
understand. But
Thank
just
you.
I was telling people, like, waiting for you to log back on again, is that oftentimes CPS divides the family apart, and they
Yes,
do this by spreading lies. And I know that for a fact. And I told you guys a million times, well, not literally a million times, but 100 times, that there's two social workers that I deal with. They're becoming like one of them is, I'm calling her sister now, kind of like we're very close. The other one we're close too. It's just I don't see as much as her as I do the other one, but we're still in contact via phone. They showed me things that you guys would not even process. These people resigned from the department because they couldn't sleep at night. And the reason they couldn't
right,
sleep at night is because they would receive numerous text messages from their supervisors. For example, if one social worker, if they went on an investigative case, they see that everything is great. Nothing is wrong with the home. It was just the neighbor being obnoxious and just want to be mean, and she reported another person, right? So she would tell that to the supervisor. The supervisor would say, "Well, I still want you to go take the baby." Blah, 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 blah. Right? So it's
right,
kind of like, but why if there's nothing wrong with the children, right? If you really think about it in your head, they want parents to literally separate from their children
right,
purposely. Purposely. So I'm encouraging family members. I'm encouraging them with every beat of my heart. Just stop listening to the social workers. Stop giving them ear. Stop doing that, because you're hindering your grandkids. You're hindering your siblings. You're hindering your son or daughter, or both. And if you don't like your daughter-in-law, tough shit, because she gave you grandkids.
right,
It don't matter. Believe me, it don't matter, because when you're both fighting for the children, you're going to be like, what have I done? What have I
right.
done? So don't do it. Just don't do that. So Akima, I'm so glad you're back because I do
Right.
adore you. So tell us.
I'm getting blamed. My 10-year-old, me and her have like a little bit of a strained relationship based on the prior removals and things that the foster parent or the temporary placement have told them about me, which they shouldn't have.
Right.
And at the time, my daughter was 7 years old, and he was like a brother to me. I thought he loved us. I thought he cared about my kids. He was the constant role model in their life.
Right.
Constant male in their life. And for him to tell my daughter I loved her sister more than her, because her sister, I was married to her sister's father, and her father was my drug dealer at 7 years old, I thought was a little way below the belt. Like, extremely. Like, why would you do that? So you put a complex on my daughter from age 7 that her sister is better than her. So she's always trying to make it seem like she's better than. She always wants to be better than. She wants to do better than, and she mistreats her sister really bad. And
Mm-hmm.
they're 2.5 years apart. She beats on her and mistreats her, and then in the same breath says she loves her and she doesn't want to be separated or go anywhere without her. But these people have come in and corrupted their perception of me, and haven't given me a chance to actually parent or defend myself, because my children are always removed, and then I have to fight to get them back. There's never any less restrictive alternative prior to removal. So they never give me any resources, and I beg these people. I go to these people for help, and I get cases opened on me based on my history. So now, my 10-year-old was hospitalized a couple of times prior to her going to foster care. But she's never pulled a weapon on me. She's never left this house in the middle of the night or stood up to fight me. And I don't know what's going on in this foster home, but 2 weeks ago, she was hospitalized for pulling a knife on the foster parent. I was called because, of course, my rights are intact, so I had to go and sign the admission. While my child was, under the hospital's care, I was only able to see my child one time because I was only allowed to visit if I was escorted by the social worker from the foster care agency, because she had to supervise. But my child is in a locked ward with um, closed circuit TV supervision and staff on the floor supervision. For 1 hour, I get to visit with my
Mm-hmm.
child. So nobody made it convenient. And then, the foster parent can supervise visits as well, but only does it when it's beneficial to
Mm-hmm.
her. So we had gotten to an
Mm-hmm.
disagreement the day before my daughter. We were supposed to go to see my daughter before she got discharged, and
Mm-hmm.
the foster parent's daughter got involved and said I was threatening her mother, and this will be the last time, and this, and this. And then mysteriously,
Mm-hmm.
my ex husband reached out, who was not even supposed to have access, but said, I'm traumatizing the kids. I'm being selfish. I just need to just walk away and cut my losses. Like, you have my daughter said she hated me and I was the devil. That on my birthday was Tuesday.
Mm. Happy birthday, baby. I'm sorry.
Thank you. But it's like, and then, my little one, of course, she doesn't want to disappoint her sister, but she doesn't want to disappoint me either. And I feel like it's very unfair. She didn't want to come visit with me yesterday because her sister doesn't want to do any more visits. So if her sister's not coming, she doesn't want to come, and she doesn't want to talk to me on the phone either. So I'm like, we had court yesterday too. It was just a settlement conference, but we didn't see the judge because it was with the court attorney, and nothing was changed. And there were supposed to be therapeutic visits, and they haven't done any of that. They have been violating the court order since it's been, given. They were
Right.
supposed to, the phone calls were supposed to be supervised by someone other than the foster parent. That's
Mm-hmm.
never changed. I never, tried to refrain my ex-husband from getting visits or anything, but you cannot violate orders of protection, assault your stepdaughter and myself, and think you don't have to follow the rules. You are on parole, currently on the run with the active order of protection, but you keep coming to court requesting access for a child that's not even biologically yours. A child that you said, go find your real father before you blacked her eye by
Oh
pulling
my
her foot.
God.
Yes, by pulling her foot through a bed frame and banged her face on the metal frame. That's how the case initiated. They weren't removed from September, Miss G. From September to February, my children were still in my home. When I refused to sign a HIPAA the day before my children were removed, it was because I filed a sexual harassment formal complaint to the Board of Ed about my child being sexually harassed and teachers being aware of it and not doing anything. Right after the next day, my children were removed from school, but they said there was imminent risk. I went and got evaluated the same day, was released 45 minutes later with a follow-up appointment a month away, but my children are still gone. They were placed with a toxic placement, which I thought was family, for 9 weeks, getting abused verbally and physically. My daughter wanted to kill herself. I finally got them away from them, only for them to be put in this woman's foster home. And yes, she takes great care of them. I will definitely give her hands up for that. She takes great care of my kids, and I will never, ever, never forget that. But she picks and chooses when she wants me to communicate and how long and when, and does not follow the court order until, she wants to find out what's going on so she has something to report back. I've been on supervised visits for a year.
So your parental rights are not terminated.
No, all my rights are intact: therapeutic, medical, educational, and parental.
Ho- The kids are in a foster home, right?
Yes. They said
For
it's kinship, but like I said, she's not a family member, so that's wrong information.
right.
But
And why didn't they place the children with family members?
because I didn't have any family members available, but their godmother was willing to take them,
Right.
and she's a registered foster parent,
Mm-hmm.
a former school safety agent. She has an
Mm-hmm.
open home, and she is currently a CPS worker in training. They said
What?
the reason why they couldn't stay there was because the children would be too close and she could possibly be easily manipulated to let me be with the children unsupervised.
Hmm. Hmm. Interesting.
Yep.
But why
And
wouldn't
she
they
lives
let you
right
be with
downstairs.
the children unsupervised? You're the one who protected your children from this idiot. So I don't
Oh, they
understand.
told me, Miss G, they told me it was my fault because I let a murderer back in. But they had
But
to
you
clear
didn't
this
let a
man for him to
murderer
come in
back
my
in.
house.
But
They
you
had to
didn't let
clear
him
him.
back in.
No, CPS had to clear him for him to come. So they agreed to it
So if okay, so you have that approval from CPS that they agreed on letting him come?
for their father to come. Yep.
So you have that approval. Okay. You I forgot what state you're in, your case?
New York with Stacy.
New York. With Miss Stacy, that's right.
Right.
Did you talk to Stacy about this?
No, I haven't spoken to her. You were supposed to pass my information along.
And I think,
You
oh, that's
forgot about
okay.
me,
That's
Miss
what.
G?
Oh, you know what? No, that's when I had COVID. Stacy actually saved my life, by the way. I
Right.
had COVID, and because I'm diabetic, so it's really hard for me to recover really fast. And she literally saved my life. She knew what to prescription should be for me, and she just called it in. And it was during the holidays when your doctors are on vacation and all this.
Right.
And she literally saved my life, and I do love her so much. Do love her a lot. But
She's
she
great.
also she also will help you. She has a lot of connection in New York. Um, and I do believe around that time you told me to send her the information. That's when I had.
Right.
I think it was around the holidays, wasn't it, Akima?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, that's when I had COVID.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I totally been out of it. I started doing the shows again just recently. I still have a cough from after the recovery, but they said it's going to last for a while. It's going to stay linger on for a
Right.
while. But I got a prescription just to inhaler and all that stuff. So I do that before the show so I don't cough as much. But
Right.
I have been out of it. But I do recall that I have send her your information, Akima. But let me double check, okay?
Okay.
But uh, yeah. So Akima, I'm gonna put my private cell right here in the private chat. Don't give it to
Okay.
anyone.
I won't.
Just it's for your eyes only, Akima. Um, go ahead and write that down and
I am. I'm looking
give
for my
me,
pen.
send me your info again, and I will copy and paste it for Stacy to give you a
Okay.
call. Okay. And
Uh,
also, she went on a court watch in New York. Um, this girl just she's like, oh my god, she's amazing. She's so amazing. She does go court watching in New York as well too. She
okay.
exposes them. Yeah. And she would be a great connection for you, Akima, Stacy.
That would be great.
And she does it with heartfelt, just love, nothing but love.
Okay.
I didn't get your message if you texted me, Akima.
No?
No, let's do that again.
Oh, text
Should
from
I
your
just
to your
should
phone.
I
I
just
text.
text to the phone number I gave you?
Oh, that's why. Wait 1 second.
Yeah, so that way I can save it and then I can share it with Stacy. She's at work right now. She's working the night shift in the hospital right now, but she will get it once she stops her shift tonight. So while Akima does that, guys, because she's off the screen right now because she has to use her phone to send me the information on my cell. But like I was telling you guys before, grandparents, please do not turn against your children because whatever bad blood you have with them, at the end of the day, they're your kids, and their kids are your grandkids. So please do not believe everything you hear from the social workers. They're only there to hinder you, to hinder the relationship you have with your family, so that way you have no support financially or mentally. And during around that time, you need your family. I can't emphasize enough to you how important family is around those times. Okay, because it's not just a nightmare. It's worse than a nightmare. Dealing with CPS is far worse than a nightmare. Just want
Horrible.
everybody to be aware of that,
Horrible.
right? Yeah, it is. And the children suffer. Like Akima is not the offending parent. She's protecting her children.
But my
CPS
my
told her
child is
it's
so
okay.
upset.
Right. CPS told her that it's okay for the abuser to come back again. She allowed it, knowing CPS told her it's okay. She has a document stating so, but CPS lied and said they never said that, and
Right.
that she failed to protect by allowing him to
Allowing the
come in the
person.
home.
Yep.
So, which is it? You want him to come in the home, you don't want him to come in the home. So later I found out from these girls that I deal with is that they do that purposely. So what CPS tells you guys to do is, okay, so you have a domestic violence on the father or the mother, whatever, let them back in. It's okay as long as they're
Right.
being monitored, whatever the case may be. I tell everyone no, don't do it because they're trying to see if you're going to allow the abuser back in. But if you stand your ground and say he's an abuser or she's an abuser, I will not allow my children to be around them. Do you see how the difference? That means you're not lying. You're saying the truth. But
Right.
if you allow them in just because you're listening to the social workers, then they're going to say, well, he must not be the abuser because if he was the abuser, why did you listen to us?
Right.
They're nothing. They're just holding a badge. They're just hold a badge that makes them look like there's something.
Right.
Social workers are nothing. They just get their power from the state. And we, the people, pay their salary. As long as we stand together, we're going to win this fight. If we don't stand together, then we're going to lose this fight.
And it's
Because,
like just when I start
yeah,
building a relationship with my daughter, just when we start making some type of headway, boom, something else happens. And it's like, boom, back
right.
to square one times 20. So, it's very hard to reunify when the communication is restricted and or, just, dismissed altogether. So it's not really fair if you're only giving me 2 hours a week
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not getting a visit every week and you still owe me parenting time in arrears prior to this cancellation. I'm not getting anything that I'm supposed to be getting to reunify us at all. I've
Mm-hmm.
been begging for therapy for months. trauma-based therapy for my family so we can work on skills on, building our bond. My daughter is so angry with me, and at 10 years old, that much anger to trigger her to say she hated me and I was the devil. I need to really find out what the root of that problem is so I can get her the help she needs.
CPS actually is the root. Let me tell you why. Because CPS will go to the foster parent and also corrupt the foster parent's mind about you as the parent.
Right.
Some foster parents actually are very smart. Some of them, not all. Some, very few. Uh, and they catch on quick. But those are the ones that just wanted to be foster parents to help parents
Right.
expose the system. There are many out there. Remember, few are good people. Many are bad people. Okay, and they will side with the social workers. They will do everything with the social workers, but some of them start off as nice at first
Right.
to
A
get
wolf
you
in
to
sheep's
trust them.
clothing. Yep.
Yes, the wolf in cheap clothing, just like the social workers, wolf in cheap clothing. Now, they get you to trust them. This the most dangerous humans are the ones who are deceiving. They get you to trust them so you can open your heart to them and then they will use it against you.
Absolutely.
So you have to treat everyone as if though they have an agenda against you. You can't put your hearts on your sleeve because once you do that, you jeopardize your home, your family, and your whole future. Okay?
And it's sad.
I put my heart on my sleeves many times, but I learned. I kept learning and learning and learning. And now it's kind of like, wow, you can't keep doing that. You can't keep repeating the same mistake. Look at everyone as they have an agenda against you. I'm not saying for you to hate everyone. I'm saying you can't trust anyone.
Anyone. I'm starting to really
Yeah, you
live
can't
that
trust anyone.
experience.
Yeah,
Everybody I thought was a resource or was
mhm,
supportive
right.
turned out to be just judgmental and just cruel.
They're using you.
And
They're using
I
you.
am I am the martyr in all of this. I'm the one
Yeah,
traumatizing the kids. I'm the one that now all of a sudden it's about drugs and all my history. I have a substance abuse history.
right,
But this case is not even about drugs because I'm prescribed certain kinds of drugs because of my medical illness.
right.
But still, now you're saying I'm mentally unfit and unhinged. They wrote in the court report that every time my daughter visits with me or talks to me, she ends up in the psychiatric ward to get evaluated because I'm a trigger for her anger. And I said, well, where was I at when she pulled a knife on the foster mother because I hadn't spoken to her in 2 weeks. So I mean I don't know how I'm the trigger of all this anger and I've been begging you guys for help to de-escalate these problems and you're not doing anything but putting gas on the fire.
Right. You're not the trigger of the problem, Akima. What it is, a sociopath, narcissist will always accuse the victim. And we know this to be true. You know what I mean?
Right.
The child is reacting the way she's reacting is because she's away from the only person she loves, is her mom.
Well, for
She
her to
wants to
say
be
she
with her
hates
mom.
me and I'm the devil, I'm just like,
No, no, they're
that
doing that.
is
They're doing that to her. They're doing this to her. Let me tell you why. Oftentimes, kids are being lured in by devices, like iPad, iPhone,
right.
AirPods, whatever kids love nowadays. Social media. They just want to have connection to social media. They will give them the moon and the stars and to tell them all kinds of stuff. But in order for them to get what they want, they're gonna have to think of you the way they want them to think of you. Oftentimes kids are being told what to say.
And I said that because my
Yeah,
daughter, Tuesday they visited with me. We had to cancel the visit because my 10-year-old got, a little disrespectful and outrageous. But my
right.
8-year-old, the baby, she was very upset about it. So the social worker said that we could reschedule for Friday. So and I don't break. I tell my kids all the time, if I make a promise to you, I don't break promises. I come through fighting hard.
That's
And
right.
so I said to my baby, I said, does mommy break promises? She said, no way, Jose. So I said, mommy is going to see you on Friday. We're going to have a girls' day, I promise. So last night, the foster care supervisor said she was speaking with my daughter. And she texted me and said, my daughter, my 8-year-old does not want to have a visit unless the 10-year-old is there. and
Mm,
the 10-year-old has declined to come to any more visits. So now she doesn't even want to talk to me on the phone.
wow.
So I'm like, I find that real hard to believe that just all of a sudden she got mad at me after she left.
But are you sure she doesn't want to talk to you on the phone?
She
Are
didn't
you
tell
sure that's
nobody.
what she
Nobody
said?
told. No, that's why I said she didn't tell me herself. Somebody else, the supervisor, told me. So I didn't hear her say this for
Right,
So
right.
that's what I like to do most of the time. But they said my 10-year-old doesn't have to do visits or phone calls if she doesn't want to. And I said, how is that goal to return to parent if we're not even putting any effort to you know, rekindle the relationship that has been broken little by little if there has to constantly be distance and restriction? How is that? How am I able to work on any of my support skills or coping skills that I've learned to try to minimize these behaviors or this type of, disastrous situation? It's not fair.
Akima, you just said something that just pierced my heart, because you said the social worker said she doesn't have to talk to you if she doesn't want to, but yet they force children that don't want to leave their home, right? They
Right.
force them and drive them
And
to the
take them other
vehicle, buy
places.
their clothing and holding them, but yet, right, but yet when the child doesn't want to talk to a parent, right, that it's okay.
It's okay.
It's
Right.
okay, the child can make that decision, but the child cannot make a decision to stay with their family. A child cannot make a
Right.
decision to say, my mom and dad didn't abuse me, there's nothing wrong here, I want to stay home, and they don't listen to the child. See the difference?
Exactly.
Because what's right is wrong, and what's
And what's
wrong is right.
wrong is
And
right.
that's why I
Yep.
call them stupid. They're stupid. And what's wrong is right, what's right is wrong. And that's how the government behaves. That's how the government sees us, that we are wrong for our children. But yet they will give the child to the abuser,
Right.
right? And then the child gets hurt or injured. Then they come back and take that child, and then they say, "Well, see, we give you a chance." But then the father is crying out, saying, "Hey, she's
Right.
dangerous. She left the kids at home. The child has asthma. She left the child with asthma at home alone." But yet they give that mother the children,
Right.
right? The father is like fighting, but they want to go back and take the children from the mom because they know she's gonna fail. Get it? Make him
Right.
look like the father should have failed to protect. But how can he fail to protect if they have joint custody and nobody told them anything that was going on, right?
Right.
They don't live together. The same thing with your situation. You tried to
And
protect,
yep.
right?
And my
Yeah,
10-year-old
they
is
said
not even
no.
biologically my ex-husband. So technically he has no legal claim to her. So at
I
all this
know. I know. I know.
that's why I said
That's
it's
what. That's
it's
the
like
part that
crazy.
gets me. Yeah, it's crazy. That's the part that gets me. They have no relationship with the child, but yet they CPS
They
is giving
literally
them
said
more.
Miss G, he raised this little girl. He was in my daughter's life from the time she was 6 months until she was 2.5 years old. And then for the last 7.5 years, he has been incarcerated. So who raised who?
It's you raising the child.
Exactly.
Yeah,
By myself.
right.
And then
And
you
for
expect
him,
me to send you money in jail. Like, you left us. I didn't leave you. I have to take care of two people by myself.
right, right.
And then you come home and then destroy everything in 39 days. 39 days. You destroyed the foundation I built for your children based on you being selfish because I don't want to be with you intimately.
How does he feel now?
Oh, no. He called me the other day violating the order of protection again, telling me that, am I satisfied with myself? Am I happy that I'm so selfish that I'm doing this to the kids? When am I going to give it a rest? I need to stop
He's
it.
a narcissist. He's a narcissist
Absolutely.
because, yeah,
Absolutely.
a narcissist will claim you and they will stick to the story until you lose your mind.
Yep.
Either give in or run away to another land
They
to
said the
escape.
kids were removed because had a mental meltdown. I said I was going to strangle the kids. It's like four different stories. First, I went to their school and physically assaulted somebody. Then it was I verbally assaulted somebody. Then it was I'm not on my medication and I failed to give them adequate guardianship, adequate supervision. Then it was because I won't sign HIPAAs and I'm diagnosed mentally, I won't give them
Mhm.
confirmation by signing the HIPAAs. That's the issue. But the report that I got says on February 1st at approximately 6:30 a.m., Miss Richardson called the school PS 115 in distress saying she was off her meds, suicidal, and she wanted to strangle her children. Now, Miss G, that was February 1st. First of all, there's nobody in the school at 6:30 in the morning. That's
Nope.
one. Two, if you said that call went through on February 1st and I was in crisis, you did not remove my children until the 7th. The 8th was our court date. I got an evaluation done on the 8th. I was released after 45 minutes in order to catch court to um, submit that document. So I showed that there was no imminent risk or danger at that time. I was cleared. I was not a danger to myself or anybody else. And they still removed my children. And like I
When
said,
is
they removed them from school. They did not take them from my home.
when is your next hearing, Akima?
We had court yesterday. Like I said, it was a settlement conference, but we're supposed to start trial March 18th. Excuse me, but we go back to court March 12th to talk about the settlement conference and what happened with the therapeutic visits that they never implemented.
Okay. So March 18th, you said?
It's the first day of trial.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna Stacy's working, like I said. She's not gonna see my message right away, but I will talk to Stacy definitely about you.
Thank you.
Definitely. Okay. And
Because I feel like I'm losing my mind. It's like everything that I know legally that I'm entitled to or that I can request or advocate for in the best interest of my child, just
Mhm,
because they're in temporary placement does not mean, my rights still can't be enforced or accommodated. So anything I talk about that's productive or, for their best interest, they're
mhm,
not even being acknowledged at all. But when somebody else brings it up, maybe at a later time,
mhm.
then that's when they jump on the bandwagon. So it's like nothing I say is credible. And they tell me, when I told them they were having their father was having access to them and they were telling me, well, you have to prove that. I have provided proof, pictures, emails.
No, no,
That
no. Don't prove that to him. Why are you see that's the problem, Akima.
I gave
You
them too
guys are
much.
proving no, you guys are you're sending the proof to the social workers. Social workers are not the ones you need to send evidence to and proof. It's the
Okay.
court. Your court appointed attorney should do that, but they don't do that. They fail to do that.
Right.
And there was a court appointed attorney in another state. I spoke to the mother today. She showed me proof that the court appointed attorney told her that he will do a better job if she pays him
Wow.
behind the court's back. I'm going to mute you because I hear an echo. So I'm going to mute you for a second.
Okay.
So what the court appointed attorney told the mother, it's in another state, in a different state, that he will do a better job if she pays him. He asked her for $11,000. They know what they're doing. Court appointed attorneys know what they're doing. But they will do, I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, I told her he will help her daughter to pay him that much money. The woman sold her house because she lives in a different state, and the houses there are not that expensive at all. She sold her house. She only made a profit of like think 25,000. She made that profit from the house. Then she paid the guy 11,000, the court appointed attorney, to help her daughter get her granddaughter back. And the mother, her daughter, is not a like she's never been in trouble with the law, ever been in trouble with the law. And the reason they went after the child is because the child's babysitter dropped him by accident. When the babysitter told the mom left work, came, babysitter and her took the child to the hospital. That's how it started. The hospital got the mother arrested. The babysitter screaming it was my fault. It was, like I was the one who dropped him. Here's a text message I sent to the mom at work. I'm sorry I dropped the baby by accident. I'm worried, blah, blah, blah. That's it. And then they went and took her mom, arrested the mom in the hospital. So it happens, shit happens. But it's when you least expect it, it happens. And I tell everybody, don't judge parents. Do not judge a man, a father, or a mother if they lost their kids, because you guys are judging people that you don't know. You have no idea who they are. They are victims of CPS. The ones who are not victim of CPS are the ones who are abusing the children. Those are not victims of CPS. I have seen mothers saying, "I don't want the child. You can keep him. I don't want they no. You're gonna take the child. You have to take care of the child." Like, what the? But she's saying, "I don't want the baby. Right? Give him to the father. I don't want to take care of the baby." The system insists, "No, no, no, no. I want you to keep the baby." It doesn't make sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me. But then the system is not operated on common sense whatsoever. Go ahead, Akima. It was you that was echoing, young lady. I don't know what was that all about.
I was echoing.
No, something was going on at your location. Sound,
Oh,
yeah.
I
See,
don't
like it's
know, but
happening now.
maybe I don't know. It's maybe
It's okay, babe.
you hear it now still?
No, you can go
Oh,
ahead and
okay.
comment about what I said.
Oh, okay. No, I just it's very hard when you know this. It's not good to say you have a history with CPS, but if you know this is not your first or second case, and you know what they're going to do based on your history and how they're going to try to put all type of obstacles, a little darts in the board to keep you from moving forward, and they want to get that impulsive aggressive person so they can say, see, we knew she was unstable, look at how she's reacting to everything. But it's like they're taking a little needle and they're poking the bear and poking, and then finally when the bear wakes up and now he's ready to maul everybody, everybody makes you out to be this villain and paints a picture of you to your children as though, mommy just can't be patient, or look how mommy's acting. Why are you involving children in grown people incidents or things that do not pertain to them that should be censored? Like, in this foster home, my children were able to watch porn on their school tablets. That would have never happened in my house. Screen time is limited. I can't. You're muted, Miss G.
Thank you, baby. What did
Sorry.
I say? They're demonic. Why are they
Yep.
demonic? They're allowing porn. Only a demonic person would allow a child to see pornography. I don't even I wasn't even allowed to see people kissing on
Right.
TV.
And on your
My mom
school
would make
tablet.
sure my eyes were like blacked out, like literally. My mom would run from the kitchen, go, oh,
Right.
like what the heck just happened, mom? Oh no, 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 look the other way, and then she would go and back in the
Right.
day we didn't have remote controls. You have to kind
Right.
of
You have
like
to go and turn it.
wait
Right.
it out. There you go.
And
Yeah.
I said, it wasn't even told to me. I stumbled across it. I said,
Hmm.
hey, have you been getting your Zoom, therapy? And
Hmm.
my daughter was like, no, my school tablet is locked. I said, why is your tablet locked? She said, I think I'm going to let grandma tell you, because that's what they call the foster mother. Yes. So I said, no, I want you to tell me. She said, I already got in trouble. I think grandma should tell you. And that's when the foster mother gets on and she's like, yeah, they were watching porn. How is that even possible? And why are you not supervising? That's one. Two, they're watching this porn on a school device that has IP tracking, and you don't never check the browser history. So you don't supervise. You don't supervise when they're playing Roblox, but that's live interaction with people of all ages.
Hmm.
And then my daughter had a TikTok on Plenty of Fish under my name, under my account, doing little
Plenty of
booty
fish.
dances.
Is that a new
Yeah.
game or what?
No, that's I just found out that's a dating site. Plenty of Fish is a dating site for grown people. Because I got an alert to my phone because she's on my account. I got an alert to my phone that said, Next time, show a little more skin. I turn to the picture. She has a sports bra on with like little booty shorts, and she's twerking in the video under my name.
Oh my God. And did you show this to the court appointed attorney to
Yes,
submit this to court?
yes.
What did he say?
They said I'm lucky that I caught it in time because I could have been penalized for child pornography because it's under my account on my phone under my name, and she's not even in my home.
Did you did did you report this to the FBI?
No.
Hmm. I was told just now via
Was I
text.
supposed to? Was I? Am I supposed
I
to?
don't know. Somebody asked me that via text. They said ask her if she reported it to the FBI as well.
Because I don't want to get, I don't want to be Homeland Security come looking for me, and I don't even know what's going on. And that was like, I'm like, I don't even know. I just started learning how to work Snapchat. I just started learning how to work all these other little TikToks and devices. I'm still like a little bit MySpace type of, So I'm still learning new things on Facebook. My children teach me here and there.
Me
I didn't
too.
even I didn't even know you could change your avatar and make it look like yourself. So
You know
I'm
who
like,
taught me all this? My
right.
goddaughter. She taught me so much. She's like, Auntie, let me show you how to do this.
Right.
And I'm like, baby, how do I do a TikTok video for
Yeah.
work? I want to do a TikTok video.
Right.
She's like, oh, Auntie, that requires so much work. Let me talk to you about it.
Right.
So
And
we
they
can
have
record
all
it
these
one
little
time.
montages that they do where they switch clothing and they switch different
Yeah,
places they're in. And
that's
I'm like, how are
crazy.
they?
I don't know how they do this.
Me either. I'm still trying to learn.
It's a lot of work.
So
It's a lot of
I'm like,
work.
when I seen that plenty of fish and then that message came through, I was like, next time show a little more skin. Oh hell no. It was like 1:30 in the morning.
Mm. Your daughter should not be doing this. No child should be doing this. No
So I'm like,
adult should be
okay.
doing this. Even adults. No
Just like,
adults should
when
be
she
doing
pulled the
this.
knife on the foster parent, the foster care agency was like, well, it could have been you. No, it couldn't have. For one, my sharps are locked up. So there is not a visible knife. All my knives are in a lock cupboard, just like my cleaning supplies lock cupboard and my medicine lock medicine cabinet.
Yeah, we need to get you help. We need
Like
to.
I'm still trying to really understand where there was extringent circumstance or imminent risk when you took them from school 7 days after the report was called in.
This is crazy. I wish
I'm
all
just
attorneys can do this, like where they give. Okay, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. Um, I haven't gotten Davis's approval yet, but I'm sure he's gonna be okay with it. But anyone that called the office to hire an attorney for your CPS case, give me a call, and I will discount your retainer in half.
oh my
Okay.
god.
And I haven't talked to Davis about it, but I'm sure he's going to agree with me. I was with him in court all day yesterday and the day before. Um, some of you guys don't know this, but I'm working my way up to be an attorney. Okay.
Yes, Miss
And,
G. Yes, honey.
I believe me, God willing, when I pass the bar, I will take on, instead of one pro bono case a year, I will take on 5 pro bono cases a
Oh
year.
my god.
And I'm gonna pray for God to prosper me and help me financially, so I will be able to do it for you guys.
Thank
Um,
you. That is great.
so that's something I am passionate about. That's something I'm willing to do. As for out of state people, I have a friend of mine who's a flight attendant. She's willing to get me free tickets once
Uh,
I pass the bar. But still, I'm still under training. Attorney Davis is my mentor, and he's gonna walk me step by step, but to coach me and guide me and how to win cases. And I want to win cases. I
yes.
want to win. And I'm working on myself so that way I am not angered by the judges when I see them because they anger me. I'm working in myself not to be angry when I see a social worker. I want to be as cold as ice and as wise as can be to win cases.
Right.
And that's my goal. So pray for me, everyone. And
Definitely.
I'm talking about the ones that the ones that have God in their heart. Not praying against. Not against God. The one's for God. Pray for me. Um, and hopefully I'll do a good job for everyone. That's what I want to do. So I'm already planning on finding ways and to help others already. I own a home and I get disability. Um, you know, Dustin, Help Channel. I have never seen you before, honey. Or if I did, I apologize. COVID kind of killed my memory a little bit. Um,
He said he's in
see,
Ohio.
wait, I lost. Yeah, he said, I lost my daughter to CPS. We still have an open case, and she has been out of the house for 1 year, 6 months, and now CPS is asking me proof of income. They're asking you proof of income is because they want you to pay child support.
Right. Yep.
Okay, so and if you're not working, they're gonna make you work. They're gonna make
Wow.
you. The judge is going to make you go
Well,
get a job.
he gets disability, so technically he doesn't have to.
Okay, I didn't see that until now. Okay,
Right.
and the thing is, oh, thank you, Akima. And the thing is, I own my home, and I get disability.
So he's
I don't.
stable. He's
He's
stable just
stable,
fine. Yes.
but
Is his income enough? Because the children should receive benefits if they're returned as well. So he should
well,
be financially stable to support all
my
three of them.
attorney is such a joke. He's all for the court and not fighting for me in Ohio. All public defenders are jokes.
Wow.
That's why I want to win cases. I'm telling you right now, my goal is to, after every case is won, I want to wait for them in the hallway and go and walk. That's all. I don't want to say words. I just want to go and walk away. And that's all. That's all I want to do. Stick it up to them and walk away. Because none of them do their due diligence to
At
actually
all.
at all to get children back from harm. One day it's going to happen to them. And believe you me, it will happen to them. It will happen to somebody they love, where they lose something they love,
They
someone
love.
they
Yep.
love. And then they're going to feel the pain that another parent would feel. And when I talk about parents, guys, I'm talking about both parents, mothers and fathers.
Right.
They both feel pain. The mother more so than the father, though. That the pain is quadruple worse than the father because the mother carried the baby. The mother, the mother had a connection with the baby. The father has a connection with the baby too, but the father is a protector. He's the I'm the man. I'm protecting my family kind of guy. When he loses that bond with his children, they become weak. They become weak. You can't weaken a man because men are not made to be weakened. But when you touch their children, they become weakened. I hope that makes sense to you guys.
That's if the man is not so caught up about the mother that he's just doing
Right.
things to
I'm
be,
talking about men, Akima. Those
right. Oh,
they're
okay.
not called men. I'm talking
Okay.
about real men who actually see their family as family.
Right.
Real men that no matter what, my friend is divorced his wife for years. He left her the house, he left her the cars, he left her everything. I asked him why. He said, because she has my children.
Exactly.
I looked at him, I was like, shit. If I didn't love you as a friend, I would marry you right now. But what
Right.
I'm saying is, that's the man, right? Women, same thing. A woman would not hurt her man, her ex, because he's with someone else. Why? Because
Right.
she has joint custody with him, with her children, because she knows if she hurt him, it's going to hurt the children. Love comes when you love your children. If you both love your children, you both would not hurt one another
Well,
because
my ex
you
told me
guys
he was
know.
gonna kill me. He told my children he was gonna kill me if they went
Oh,
to
I
another
know.
foster home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what kind of father would even say something like that? No matter how mad you are, you would tell your children you would kill their mother?
Yeah. That's not a man though.
Oh,
When I say men, when I say fathers and mothers,
the
I'm talking about the,
providers, the
the providers,
protectors, the
the
yes,
protectors, yes, not the crazy ones who are creating all these lies and deception. Those are not. I don't call those parents. I call those people that need help.
stand-ins, the
Yeah,
stand-ins.
Yeah.
But you can't really get upset because you know what? I I feel like this. I have been blamed in this whole situation based on my history. My kids are blaming me. My family blames me based on, them not being able to mistreat me and walk all over me anymore.
Right.
So now it's like the only way for you to get me to have any type of reaction to even entertain you is with my children. So if you're going to come in and not be a positive, conducive factor in this whole dynamic, then I feel like you should take a seat on the sideline and don't say anything. Don't come in when you want to put your 2 cents in and make it seem like, I'm such a bad parent and you don't know anything about me because we don't have that type of relationship. You can only speak on what people tell you or what you hear. You never once call me and confirm anything or get actual, the actual story. But you're
Hmm.
so quick to tear me down. And then you say, look what she's doing to her kids. No, y'all are doing this to my kids. Because no matter what relationship you may have with me, you should be able to put that on the sideline, just like I do, and humble myself and let them come to you because I want them to be comfortable and familiar and non-traumatized. I don't want them to be traumatized based on somebody being upset with me and now you want to pull my strings like, a puppet. So,
Hmm.
the only thing that gets me to get any reaction is messing with my kids. And again, like I said, Miss G, I never get any resources. Even when I'm asking, I don't get any resources until after my kids are removed. And then
Hmm.
it still takes a while.
Just to let you guys know, Attorney Davis said that if you are in Section 8, oh, by the way, before I forget, the discount is for California
Only?
parents. Yeah, because out of state, it's gonna be hard because
Mm,
Davis would have to travel there. He would have to pay another attorney to swear him in court and all kinds of stuff. Out
okay.
of state is a little bit more complex. God willing, that's why I said pray for you guys. God willing, when I pass the bar, I would love to handle out of state cases too. But like I said, my friend is a flight attendant. She's able to put me as her family
That's
for free.
great.
You know what I
So
mean?
that's
But I would
great.
have to go on standby and all that. But that's why I said I'm working on ways to help others out of state as well. I would love to. I would love if I was an attorney right now. I came out. I would definitely go to your state and help you. I'm
Thank
not
you. I
sure,
appreciate that.
but I would have to stay at your place because I would not afford.
That's fine. And I
I'm
will
not gonna afford a
accommodate you
hotel.
3 meals a day. I love to cook. So cooking is my
Yeah,
therapy. You'll definitely
I'm
gain some weight while you're here.
not gonna afford a hotel, man.
Hey,
I'm gonna be
listen.
crashing at your place.
I'll be like, hey, we'll be doing Facebook shots. Hey, me and Miss G at 42nd Street.
I'd be like, not now, Ikima. I'm trying to find strategy for your case. Not now,
Right.
baby girl. Not right now. Not right
That
now.
would be great, Miss G. That would definitely like break
Yeah,
every obstacle I ever thought I had. Like
yeah.
the fact that I've been following Mr. Davis for like 4 years now, and then I started following you a year later with Mr. Guay, and then now Mike Bartz and Bob Pace, and now I see Stacy here and there, and then of course Latrika. So I follow everybody.
Stacy is I love her. Stacy and I became
She's great, and she's so
yeah.
calm, but she's so
I
she's
love
so
Stacy.
what's the word I'm looking for? Confident. The way
Confident.
she speaks, her voice carries a level of confidence that it's like, yeah, go ahead, try me. I wish you would.
Yeah,
Like,
she's very sweet. Yeah, she's a fighter and she knows what she's talking about. She's no dummy. Um,
I just couldn't
she
believe
says
her husband was one of those lawyers, and I was like, oh my gosh, her
happens. It
ex-husband, I
happens a
should say,
lot. Yeah,
ex-husband. Sorry.
yeah. I mean, she's a physician assistant and she's fighting for her like life, literally.
Right, I know.
I mean, to me, it's kind of oftentimes we have to fall in order for
And
us
hit the bottom. Yep.
to become the fighters that God wants us to be. And I'm a big believer in that. Sometimes we have to walk through the fire.
Before we reach the rainbow.
Yeah, I believe that in my heart because have I not gone through it, have not Stacy gone through it, we would be in our merry way, doing our daily work and, you know, not pay attention to what's going on out there. just
But
like
I'm
every
glad you
other
guys
independent.
do. And if nobody told you, I am grateful for everybody on Mr. Davis's platform and
Thank you.
anybody that can give information to these parents that are not knowledgeable or financially stable to be able to stand on their own.
Right.
So, you got to each one teach one. And I'm grateful for the information you guys have provided on these
Yeah.
platforms for the last few years that I've been, following
Yeah.
you guys.
But you guys have to be careful too. Oftentimes, people transfer wrong information.
Right.
Be very mindful with that. Like, I've learned a lot from Davis. I've learned a lot. I've learned what to do, what not to do. Even when him and I bicker back and forth, we want to kill each other. But we have we Davis is a great attorney. Like when I tell you great attorney, oh my God! Especially in trial, the opposing counsel want to commit suicide. That's how
Mm,
good he is in trial. He's a good trial defense attorney. He's really good. And when I've seen him in action, going with him to court all the time, I became more motivated. You guys understand what I'm saying?
right.
To help other people. He's a great attorney. And oftentimes clients don't listen to him. And I see the outcome with those clients, they lose. They lose. The ones that listen to him are the ones that always win. And I want to tell you guys something. If you believe in the attorney that you have, and I, for once, God willing, when I become an attorney, if I have a client that says, I'm not going to do it your way, I'm going to do it my way, I'm going to say, take your money and get the hell out of my face and sign the sub of attorney. I will not represent you. Okay? Because as an attorney who's passionate and loves winning, believe me, that attorney is going to win. Just trust in that attorney. If you don't trust in that attorney, don't waste his or her time and get the hell away and move on to the next one. Because honestly, I'm being extremely honest with you guys. I have seen clients who won, I have seen clients who lost, and I know why they lost. I not been with Davis, I would question why they lost. But I have no doubt in my mind why they lost now because I've seen it with my own eyes and I've heard it. I've seen their action, I've heard their crazy comments. One client told Davis in the courthouse, in the hallway, you work for me, I don't work for you, you do it my way.
Oh. Well,
I
if your
heard
way
it.
would have worked, you wouldn't need an
Another,
attorney.
I know, but another lady heard it that knew Davis. She was there on her case and she says, you're talking to Attorney Davis like this? Girl, I wish I could afford him. I tried to get him. And no, 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 no. How dare you? She just went off at her. And I'm like standing there, and Davis is like, shh, don't say anything, don't say anything. Because he knows me. He knows I'll jump in and, I'll be his defense. And, you know, I, I've seen other people, trying to get him. And the ones that do get him, they talk to him like crap.
Well, I
And
guess they feel like they paid enough of a retainer that they don't have to pay for self-respect, and that's where people
why
got
waste
things
your time?
misconstrued. Yeah.
No, but why pay for something? If you believe in the attorney you paid money for, why
Are
would
you
you pay
abusing it?
for attorney? Yeah.
Right.
Then why did you waste your money? And why are you blaming the attorney for losing your case when you are the problem? So oftentimes they say, Mr. Davis hasn't done anything. Mr. Davis
You
is
haven't
really
let him.
cool.
Yep.
That's not true. Yeah, that's true. But then he would say to them, like that one client, I was so mad at him. David said, stop contacting me 20 times a day. Stop texting me 20 times a day. I know what I'm doing. Please stop talking to the social workers. And I have all this because I have access to all the communication with him and clients.
Right.
And I tried to talk some sense into that client too, and he wouldn't listen. He listens to everybody else. He listens to the pastor. He listens to social workers. He listens to his friends. He listens to other host people, whatever on social media. He listens to everyone else except Davis. So Davis
So
said,
then he needs to
the more
retain
you,
them.
I know, but the more that Davis was trying to save his retainer.
Right.
Other attorneys wouldn't care. Other attorneys would be like, okay, fine, keep talking to me. I'm just gonna keep charging you, right?
Right.
Davis is like, the more you keep this up, you're taken from your retainer. And Davis did not actually charge him from the retainer at the beginning. Once a
Wow.
month, he didn't. But he's like, okay, that's enough. The more you keep doing this, I'm gonna, it's gonna come out of your retainer. So he took it the wrong way, and he's like, well, blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, like, you your previous attorney didn't do anything on your case.
Right.
You want us to go back in time and file things that it is impossible now to file. But right now, you have a different strategy to get your child back, right? So Davis has got the strategy. Just let him work on it
Right.
and stop talking to people. It's like I'm talking to deaf ears. No, nothing, nothing. And this is not just one client. And guys, I have yesterday I was supposed to do a show, but I was in Marietta all day with him. Um, Not Marietta. What am I saying? Indio, Indio. That's like past Palm Springs, okay? And I've seen him win yesterday. Seen him win. The client said, Miss G, I'm just keeping my mouth shut. She kept her mouth shut. I swear, she won. She got her kids back.
Good for her.
They were hugging me. I was hugging them. I was in tears. You guys have to understand that it is not just one court hearing that Mr. Davis goes to, it's several. I've seen him handle two court hearings in India at not one time, but hours apart. I've seen him handle three court hearings in LA County. I've seen him so he's on it. He's constantly in court. So you guys cannot come to the master himself, the master of winning. Like, to me, he's the legend. He's truly a legend in court. He's a legend. And tell him that you know more than him. You don't know crap. Because I've seen him win when I doubted he was going to win. You know what I'm saying? What our mind can process is different than what his mind can process, because he's been doing it for 38 years. You can't nearly be half of him or
Right.
third of him, because I call him legend. And believe me, him and I argue at work all the time. But when it comes to his demeanor in court, when it comes to his cleverness, when it comes to his smoothness, like when it comes to his smoothness, knowing the law and confident about what he says, oftentimes you don't know what your attorney is doing. But at first, you'll say, oh, no, he doesn't know what he's doing. But you don't know that he doesn't know what he's doing on purpose. On purpose at first, you know, you don't want the other people to think he knows what he's doing. You get blindsided. You want to blindside them. There's strategies you guys would never understand. And then the client's like, why didn't you say that? Why didn't you do this? Da, 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 da. And David's like, calm down. I know what I'm doing. Calm down. I know what I'm doing. Calm down. I know what I'm doing. I don't think you know what you're doing. Then they go complain. Da, 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 da. But then all of a sudden they win and they're like, oh, okay. What happened? You have to blindside the other ones. And then when you move in for the kill, that's when they least expected.
Miss G, check the chat.
Hmm. With who?
Me.
The private one?
Yes.
Oh,
That's why
definitely.
the screen was
Yes,
blinking.
yes. Go, go, go. I love
Oh,
you.
I
Okay,
love you too.
I'm gonna
Thank you
send
so
your
much, guys.
information. Mwah, I love you.
Uh,
I send your information to Stacy already.
Thank you, Miss G. Thanks, Grace. Have a good night.
Bye, baby girl. Okay, guys. So Dustin, I don't know if I spoke with you before or not, babe, but attorneys. Uh, and if I have, I'm sorry, I don't recall. But usually, if your child has been 1 year and 6 months, you're going closer to your 18-month review hearing. And usually, 18 months, if you haven't gotten your child within the 18-month, I mean, for 6 months actually, then they're not planning on reunifying you with your children. I don't know what the situation is. I don't recall. So please forgive me if you did speak with me. I don't remember. Um, but you can call me at the 888-888-6582, that number on the screen, and just ask for me. Okay, if you have my direct number, then you can text me or you can call me at work, and they will definitely get a hold of me. Okay, so I can maybe guide you. I do know an attorney in Ohio who is a CPS defense attorney, but he told me recently before Christmas is that he's not going to be a defense attorney anymore starting the new year. But maybe I can talk to him and ask him if he knows somebody or somebody he can refer me to. And that's the thing that's going on right now, guys. A lot of attorneys don't want to be CPS defense attorneys anymore because I don't know why. Actually, I'm gonna guess is that they're getting a lot of attacks. Okay, in order for you to win cases, CPS cases, you have to use strategy to win cases. A good attorney will understand the strategy. A good attorney, you need to trust your attorney. Trust a good attorney to do his or her job. Um, Oftentimes, a good attorney will not tell you what his strategy is or her strategy is because you're not going to be able to process it. Your mind is not going to be able to dissect it because, again, you're not a defense attorney, so you don't know. Okay, you really don't know. Um, so keep that in mind. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Dustin, and thank you, Miss Young. I miss you so much, um, and I hope to see you guys again. Today's Friday, so my next show is the prayer show on Monday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is an encouraging show. We pray together, give each other encouragement. We all need encouragement, okay? So don't lose faith, don't lose hope. And you're not defeated, but the enemy wants you to think you're defeated. And I'm telling you right now, you're not defeated. But I want you guys to put on your thinking hat. I need you to calm down. I need you to, because when you're calm, when you're level headed, you think clearly. Okay? Drink plenty of water, and sleep so you can carry on with the day with an open mind so you have clarity. Because oftentimes we as parents lose sleeps because we miss our children. Of course, I understand that. But every time, remind yourself that you're doing this for your children. That will strengthen you. You're doing this for your kids. Okay? Again, thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. And I will see you guys on Monday. All right. Bye bye.